Hey there, today I'm showing you 5 art journal ideas for beginners. So I'm using this art journal that's in a square and it has kind of watercolor paper, but it's not really good paper. So I would not recommend buying this one, but I'm gonna use it since I've already started using it. And for the first idea, I used these cute heart post-it notes. You could use all kinds of stickers that you can write on. You could also cut your own hearts if you don't have those post-it notes or can't find them anywhere. But I feel like those are pretty common, I guess. So I thought that those were so cute and I had to get them. And then I thought I'd put them all over the page, and then I wrote things that I'm grateful for on every single of those hearts. And I don't know, it made me feel so good. I felt so much better after I did that. It's such a simple page. I made those into balloons with different patterns on the borders. And I don't know, I just really loved doing that. It's not the most complicated page, and it's just very easy, simple. It's done really fast. And if you don't have any post-its, you could also just draw the hearts. But I really loved that this was so fast and colorful and everything. And yeah, that's the first page. I drew a little border around it just to make everything fit together better, and then I was done with this page. So here's the finished result. And then on the left side, I decided to draw this sun shape kind of, and I wanted to doodle in every of those spaces. And you can see that I don't even have a ruler, so you don't need supplies to create art. I just did very simple doodles. You could go all in here and make it look really cool. You could use very thin pens here. I've done that before, but I just wanted to do something that's a bit quicker, and I didn't want to think about it at all and just create all kinds of random doodles and not even think about making it look good. I just wanted to do something and fill this page. And I used those markers that I got from IKEA. Those are pretty okay, actually. They're water-based markers, so they're not the best thing you've ever seen, but they're really okay for things like that, where you just don't do a lot of layers or shapes or anything, just those line art doodles. Then they're really good for that, and they're really cheap. So then I added a border around that as well, and I forgot to show you the end result. How fun! We're already on to the next piece, and this time I used a coffee filter and I wanted to paint on that one, and I used gouache for that. And what I love is that the filter is this kind of brown color, but so you can see the white and the lighter tones of the gouache. So it's really cool to use gouache for that because it's opaque. And I wanted to practice those gouache flowers. I really want to get better at those and have a specific style on those and do them not in a realistic way, but more in this stylized way. And so I looked it up on Pinterest and I looked on different pictures and tried to kind of copy what I see, but also make it my own and just mix and match all the things that I saw. And I'm really happy with the end result. And I think that I learned a few things about, I don't know, making the shapes of flowers and making them more stylized, because you kind of have to learn that as well, not just painting realistic flowers. I think when you look at reference pictures of realistic flowers, I just tend to try to copy them as much as I can. and I really forget about making them look more illustrational. Is that a word? And I don't know, when I look at other people's illustrations, obviously there's no way around making it look like an illustration. So I did that. But when I do finished pieces, I don't want to copy anyone else's art. So this is just me practicing here. And I didn't really 100% copy it either. I just wanted to learn about the basic shapes and then make it my own. And yeah, I think that this turned out really nice. I really like this page. And yeah, it was a bit of a challenge to paint on the coffee filter. If you use too much water, it's not gonna be great because it's gonna run in the filter. Obviously, it's gonna bleed because the filter's there to absorb stuff, I guess. So I don't know, it's very absorbent. And so don't use too much water with it. I really recommend going with gouache or maybe acrylic paint. Watercolors, I'm not sure. I haven't tried it, but I can imagine that it would be a bit harder because you have to use a lot of water, and I'm not sure if that can handle it too well. So, yeah, I really loved using gouache for that. And so I added in more and more flowers. I did those blue ones and yeah, some orange ones and a lot of leaves. I loved painting those dark green leaves, and I just love using a very thin brush here. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure that you can't buy that brush because I get it at a store called Müller, and I'm sure that those only exist in Austria, maybe Germany, maybe somewhere else. I don't know, but I can really recommend those brushes if you have that store. So for the next one, I did something very similar. I used a tea bag. I added in a little background on the page. I thought about using tea for that, but tea just wouldn't hold up as much and it would look basically the same. So I really I wanted just to be quick with that and not have to create something with tea. I did that once. I have a video where I painted with tea and it was really fun. So then I started painting the tea bag, and at first I put down a lot of layers of white just to make everything be a bit easier, because the more paint you have on there, I think the easier it gets to paint on it. But it's really absorbent, more absorbent than the coffee filter. So I tried my best to paint this landscape on there, and I think it looks really cute, so I'm not too mad about it. It's a bit of a challenge to paint on tea bags, but I would do it again. It's really fun, and I think it looks really fun to have this tea bag. You could also just use more than one tea bag and maybe paint the fruits that are in the tea on the tea bag or something like that. I think that would be really fun. So for the last page, I specifically got this knife. I saw it at the store and I had this idea to cut into the paper. Was like, yeah, that's perfect. I'm gonna do that. And I just slit those little leaf shapes. I don't know. It's just a very easy pattern, and I didn't think about it too much and just created that. And I had so much fun. I really loved creating that page, and I think it looks so cool. And I feel like I have to do more of that and maybe just include that in my illustrations or something like that. I'm gonna look more into that because I really loved doing that, and especially in a sketchbook with a bit thicker paper, this is something really cool. You could also maybe turn this into a card or something if you're into card making, And if you have thicker paper, this will look really cool. Just try not to destroy it because it's still very flimsy, but it's just so much fun. And on the page behind that, I just decided to do this very simple kind of gradient, and that's the way it looks now. I thought about gluing it together, but I think I like it more that way. I really hope that you liked these ideas and that you enjoyed this video. And if you did so, please give it a thumbs up. And until next time, goodbye.